Have you ever wanted to make a lovely larb? What is a larb, you're probably saying? Larb is normally done with chicken and pork mince, or pork mince on its own. This is a plant-based one. And I've got a special ingredient that I've used to replace fish sauce. This is spectacular. You are going to absolutely love this. This is simple ingredients. It's delicious, and I'm so glad you're with me on this channel. If you're new to my channel, click the bell, click the button, subscribe. You'll get my new videos in your inbox, and I love that when I find a channel and I want those new videos coming into my inbox. So definitely do that, and I will show you how to make this glorious situation. So when I first made this, I was unsure because it's really traditional. Like, this is a traditional Thai dish, larb, right? And it's normally done with pork mince. And it's done with numerous, flavours and textures, and it makes my mouth water thinking about it. And then when I made this version of it, I was really surprised. I thought, I'm going to share this with you because I think this is good. This is a good one. Now, just take note of the ingredients. I always say this because a lot of people write in and they go, oh, your recipes are too expensive. Bullshit. Okay, I'm calling you on it. These are common vegetables. Look at these tiny little cauliflower that I have today that my friend Lasmi got. Today I've got some tomatoes, some shallot, some spring onion, chili. I've got button mushrooms and shiitake mushrooms, and I've got some mint and some coriander, and I've got some purslane in there as well, which is a lovely little weed. That's really good for you, purslane. Yes, you heard me right. So that's kind of there, right? And I know I'm going to need omomboshi plum vinegar and tamari. Now, I don't know where that is. Gungun's behind the camera today. Hi, Gungun.
Hi.
And can you find out where the tamari is, Gungun?
I think so.
And this is where, like, your intuition comes along, right? So it pushes you. You know what? Vision pulls, pain pushes. And this pushes me to a little bit of pain because I'm like, where the hell's the tamari? So what's really great about doing this is, that is tamari, fantastic. What's really great about doing this is that you dump it into a glass bottle and you put no name on it, and it forces you to connect. That's balsamic vinegar. So I'm super stoked about that. Now I know that's omboshi plum vinegar because the colour of it. Okay, I know, right? Full on. So we got some of that. And what else do we need? Some lettuce cups. Gorgeous little bits of lettuce. So larb is normally eaten, with a bit of cucumber and a bit of lettuce, and it's just this lovely, light, fragrant dish. And there's a little trick to this, and it's the rice. Where's the rice? Where's the rice? And the rice actually, when you cook this, the rice actually sucks up the fat in the pork, and it brings it all together, which is really interesting. So it's so fascinating. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to sit this in front of you so you can just analyse this for a minute. So come in nice and close, Gungun, and just run everybody through that situation just there. So you kind of got an idea, right? So omomboshi plum vinegar is a really great vinegar. It's fantastic. Google it, put it on your shelf, have it. It's great in dressings. It's just a great swap out for fish sauce. Did you hear me correctly? It's a great swap out for fish sauce. So in my online cooking classes where you're with me throughout this whole process and I'm teaching how to cook in your home, online, I know, right? 24/7, 7 days a week, every day, when you want to. This is what I'm replacing ingredients with. And not because of the vegan thing or the vegetarian thing, just because it's bloody good food, all right? This is where I'm going. It's all about high plant-based eating. It's not about being something. It's just simply, sitting in the abundance of it all. Okay, so firstly, I just want to get this cauliflower chopped up into a pork mince kind of texture, whatever that means, but you get it. And I'm just going to chop it up roughly like this and throw it back straight into the food processor. And just a quick pulse. Okay, perfect. And you can kind of see what that looks like, right? It's kind of what we're after, which is cool. So that's aside and ready to go. And now we've got everything ready. So this is what I would love you to do, is get it ready like I do. This is what chefs do, and this is why we're so cruisy and you kind of think that we know what we're doing, right? It's because everything's organised. And so if you can just manage to have everything organised, spend 20 minutes on mise en place, we call it preparing everything. Now we can gather up our now and cook in such a beautiful, easy way instead of chopping and trying to cook and chop at the same time. So have it ready, have your space cleared, the energy's cleared and you're ready to go. So this is the process. Ready, now rice. Now what we're going to do with the rice, come over here with me, Gungun, watch that light there. We're going to add this rice to a pan and we're going to toast it. Actually, I might use this pan here so you can see. I've got so many pans down here, I tell you. So we can toast it, and what we're going to do is toast it and then we're going to blend it, and it's going to be nice and fine, and this is what's going to suck up the moisture and hold things together. And like I said, if this was done with pork, it would be sucking up the fat. So heat up the pan, let that get hot a bit, and then we're going to add our rice. Okay, we're ready. It's all happening in here today. Spoon. Pan, no oil, see? No oil, hot. Don't do what I do, which is I do that because my hands are asbestos hands. So we're roasting the rice. Why? It's because they said so. The Thais know. I'm just simply copying them. That's all I'm doing, their technique. So when you dry roast something, right, stay with it. Don't be walking off over there and like, how you going today, chatting. Don't be doing that. Just, don't do that. Stay here with it when you're dry roasting something because it burns very, very, very quickly. Spoon. Notice how everything's on tap for me. This is one of the things that a lot of my fans do is they go home and they get a screwdriver and they take off the cupboards off their pantry. I love it because I did the same thing when I was renting a tiny little apartment, and just have it all open so you can see. And what it does is it induces you into this romance of food, and you kind of like got no choice but to cook. And then you fall in love with the idea and you burn stuff and break stuff like I do and make mistakes. Then you start again, begin again, constantly beginning again. So we don't want to make this black or anything. We just want to make this a little bit brown. And you'll see how that'll unfold. It takes a good 10 minutes actually, to be honest, but you want to stay with it. So this is the time where you kind of, the kids are running around and things are happening, you kind of just chill out and just stay one with the rice. Okay, see how it's becoming a little bit brown? It's smoking. It's a dry roast. I'm constantly moving it around the pan. If you can't do the swirl and flick, just use a spoon. But definitely move your pan around like this, yeah, because it just gets things nice and even. How easy is that? It smells good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah? Yeah. Okay, so that's nice and golden brown. Perfect. Okay. Going straight into here. This is what you guys are going to do at home. Now, if you don't have a high-speed blender that can handle heat, just cool it down a little bit, or you can grind it in your mortar and pestle, okay? Just depends what you have. And if you have a magic bullet or anything like that, don't fret. Just put it in there, it's fine. Just let it cool down a little. So, straight into here. Just going to put this pan on while I'm waiting, because we're going to need that heat to start cooking in a minute. Making sense so far? Are you with me? Good, all right. And you want this to grind down, so I'm going to go straight onto high speed. Okay. Perfect. All right, so you really want to make sure that's grounded down really well, because you don't want little bits of rice that have been roasted breaking your teeth. So have a look how fine that is. You can kind of see there's no big chunks in there at all. It's perfect. Amazing, right? Okay, and now we're ready to cook. Actually, Lasmi, can you take these for me away so we can have some room? Thank you, my friend. So I'm constantly, you know, making sure my area is workable, so I don't get into that flusting state. I know a lot of people say to me, like, I don't cook because it's too hard, and when they join me on my cooking classes online, they're like, oh wow, I get it now. So just remember that everything takes time. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook the cauliflower and the mushrooms. I'm going to pop that in there like that, and this is our meat situation here. And everything else is kind of ready over here, as you can see. Okay, come over this way, Gungun. Now I popped this pan on before because I want it to be quite hot, and it is getting hot. I want a little bit of sesame seed oil, just a little for flavour. Just adds a lovely flavour to everything. And then I'm going to dump that into there. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper. No salt as yet because we're going to add tamari, and that omamboshi plum vinegar is quite salty. And we just want to cook this down, so just stay with it. So I'm on a high heat. I've got a little bit of oil in there, just a tiny bit for fragrance. Fragranty, lovely scent sesame oil has. And we're just going to stay with it. And just cook this down. So when a chef says cook it down, I mean, what does that mean to you really? It means cooking it down. So this is not down yet. This is still plump. It hasn't fallen into a beautiful, yummy, delicious mess yet, has it? So that's what we mean by cooking it down. So everything just does its thing. So I reckon this will take a good 5 minutes. And watch your heat too. Like if it's too high, turn it down. Manage your heat. Look at your pan. If things are starting to kind of brown, turn it down. Just really get involved, you know. Cooking is building. It's not about the recipe and that's it and then you follow it. No, it's not. It's about building and building slowly. Now you can see this is cooked down, right? It's really cooked down. Everything's doing its thing. This is what we mean by cooking it down. Nothing's burning. That tiny little bit of oil that I put in, because I've been adjusting the heat. Perfect, right? Those flavours of the mushrooms coming out. Everyone's hungry actually behind the scenes because it's just perfectly delicious. Simple, right? Simple ingredients. Simple, simple, simple. Okay, so water's starting to come out of this now. So the waters are coming out of the mushrooms because mushrooms are fungi. So they have a lot of water content, and vegetables in general have a lot of water content. So like I said, 5 minutes. I started with a hot pan, remember. Not too hot, adjusting your heat. I kind of repeat myself because I really want you to sink into the art of cooking, because the reason why we cook is because we're hungry. There's no other reason. And we're losing that beautiful moment because our culture is changing. And one of the most important things you can do is spend time just cooking at least one meal a week. Okay, this is perfect. All right, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to dump it into there. See how that's really beautifully cooked down? And like I said, nothing's burnt on there. I didn't put any salt, remember? Normally I put salt because salt is the building blocks of flavour, but because we're going to put tamari and omamboshi plum vinegar in there, it's quite salty, and we'll add salt last. Okay, so this is where we start to pimp up this situation. Shallots. Beautifully finely cut, delicious shallots. This is where we add flavour. You can put as much in as little as you like. And I've got some spring onions, right? And I've got some chilli, and yes, they are big bits. This is a capsicum chilli I call, which is a long chilli which doesn't have much heat in it at all. Now notice how I put my herbs in water. And the reason why I did that is because I want them to be super crisp and fresh when I add them to this dish. You can put it into a salad spinner if you like. I just don't have mine right on tap right now. Okay, you're going to add that. And then we're going to add the tomatoes. Beautiful, huh? And now we're going to add our omamboshi plum vinegar. This is our fish sauce replacement. we're going to add our tamari. Obviously, you guys are going to measure yours. And now we need to add some acid, which is some lime juice. Oh my God, that just was amazing. Amazing. And now we need to get that a nice little stir. Beautiful little salad, this one. Like really sensational. And now we need a taste. It's very wet, as you can see, right? It's got a lot of moisture in there. Oh my God, it looks amazing. And now we want to taste it to see where we're at. Oh yeah, brilliant. And now I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it. A little bit more vinegar, just for that acid. Mixing beautifully. And now you need to taste again. Always tasting, always tasting. Very important. Fantastic. And this is where we add that rice, and that's just going to suck up all that moisture, which is super important. Oh, I'm so glad you're with me on this journey of this amazing plant-based larb. Oh, that's already doing its thing now. Now larb, like I said, is not only done with pork mince and sometimes chicken mince as well, or a mix of both. I've got these gorgeous little lettuce cups here. I know, right? Look at them. Hey, Lasmi, you want to cut me some lime? I think some lime is in the back there. A couple of pieces of lime. Just want some more acid in there. Yep, right in the back here. Just in the back in that container. Yeah, no, that's okay. No worries, mate. This is my home kitchen where everything is everywhere, you know, just like your home. Like you've got stuff in certain places, right? It's so cool. Okay, so this is how you serve larb. You pop it onto a plate, like this. All the bits, pieces. Oh, it looks like, definitely looks like chicken, doesn't it? And pork, doesn't it? And just a few more of those lovely herbs on top, because we have them. And then I just want a little bit more of this kind of scattered in there as well. And then we serve it with these lettuce cups on the side, keeping it super simple. And then another wedge of lime. Now notice how my limes have seeds in them. What a blessing that is. And that, my friends, is how you make a plant-based larb. Do you want to try? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so good. It's so good. It's so hard to explain. You have to make this. I will see you online. Comment below. Talk to me. Ask me questions. I bet you can ask me where I got that Omboboshi plum vinegar from. Health food store. Have a Google online. Just ask me stuff. Like, I'm here. This is what I do and I love it. Bye.